What is up, everybody? It is me, Ned, here. I am back already with another YouTube video. This video, well, over the last 3 months since I've been gone, there's been a lot of news about Spider-Man Homecoming, which is, of all of the movies through 2020 of Marvel or DC that are coming out, Spider-Man Homecoming is probably the most anticipated movie, in my opinion. Well, it's the movie I'm most excited for because as you probably know, Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character of all time. I relate to him in many ways, and I just love the guy. And now that he's back with Marvel, in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, ran completely by Marvel, I just can't wait. I can't wait at all. So I'm going to talk about in-depth look at some of these characters. Not all of them, but most of them. So let's start with, from the top, number 1, Zendaya. It was reported at Comic-Con that she was playing a character called Michelle, who many thought was Michelle Gonzalez. A minor character in Marvel, really nothing. But there's a report recently that she's playing Mary Jane Watson, Spider-Man's future wife and baby mama. I'm not against gender bends or race bends if the actor or actress portraying the character does a good job. Like, forget that. I'm not against gender bends or race bends if the character does a good job. That's what I always say. I don't care who plays who unless they do a good job. But if the actor or actress at the time is not an established actor or actress, I'm not happy with it until I see it for myself, which coming in July 7th is when Homecoming comes. I'll be upset until then if she is playing MJ. But Zendaya is not a good actress, in my opinion. She's not even established. She's really been in nothing. All she does is sing. That's what she's known for. So, as of now, I'm not happy about it, but it's nothing to do with race. Tony Stark. I hope he's not in the movie for a long time. It would make sense to have him in because he's like a mentor to Peter throughout some of the comics in his earlier life. But I want this movie to not take attention away from Spider-Man. It's his first movie completely ran by Marvel. I don't want Iron Man to come in and like steal the show. No. There's been a report that Black Widow might appear, but no, shouldn't happen. Attention should not be taken away from him. I'll be fine with Downey Jr. being in the movie if he's giving Spider-Man his Iron Spider suit, which is basically Spider-Man as Iron Man, to fight Vulture, a guy that's 60 and Peter is 15 in movies. It would make sense. But other than that, shouldn't be in the movie. Betty Brant. She works for J. Jonah Jameson in the Daily Bugle. She's a little bit younger than I would expect. Maybe she might be a friend of Peter, or maybe a love interest. Aunt May, I don't need to talk about her. Mr. Harrigan, this is pretty interesting. He'll be one of Spider-Man's teachers at his high school, science teacher. In the comics, Homecoming was an actual story. It wasn't really called Homecoming, but it was basically Homecoming. Well, it was called Homecoming. One of Spider-Man's teachers, whose first appearance in comics was actually in Homecoming, was a guy named Mr. Harrington. So, interesting story about that. In the Homecoming story, Peter is met by this guy named Ezekiel, who was like obsessed with Spider-Man's abilities and basically wants them. He's not really a hero, not really a villain. He's really nothing, but he's just like some rich guy who was weird. So, but he's a big player in what Spider-Man becomes. Not literally, but more like figuratively. Like, he's like, what he says kind of like resonates with Peter throughout his tenure as Spider-Man, and it's pretty interesting. So that'd be cool to see if he shows up. Donald Glover. Um, I think Donald Glover is. This is where I think the movie universe, or the movies in the MCU and the TVs in the MCU are going to collide. I think Donald Glover is the son of Daredevil Season 1 character, Ben Urich. That would be pretty cool if he's like, comes out of the shadows. His dad recently died, wants to do what his dad has done, and be a news reporter. Glover has been in TV shows pretty much his entire acting career. The Martian was his big break. So I could see him maybe transitioning to Daredevil and being around there as like a news reporter or something. That'd be really cool. Keaton hasn't been confirmed that he's playing Vulture, but in the Spider-Man and San Diego Comic-Con footage that they showed of Spider-Man Homecoming, Keaton was seen as Vulture, so he's Vulture. Logan Marshall Green, I've got no idea who he's playing, who he could be. I've heard nothing about it, so I just have no idea. Oh, this upsets me. Tony Revolori, whatever the hell his name is Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson is Spider-Man's biggest bully since his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1961-62. God. Flash Thompson is a big kid. He's huge. He's a jock. Beats up Peter. This kid does not look like he could kick his ass. I just can't see it. So I just don't know what to say. I'm gonna stop talking before I say something I'll regret. Bokeem Woodbine. He is a comedian. He's playing Shocker. I'm not a huge fan of Shocker, but Shocker's interesting. He's a good villain to use in Spider-Man's first movie. When I think of great Spider-Man villains, I don't think of Shocker, but it'll be cool to see. Probably some high school gym coach or something, so there's really nothing. This one is cool. This guy, Kenneth Choi, has actually been in a Marvel movie before. He's been on Captain America: The First Avenger and on Agent Carter as one of the members of the Howling Commandos. And cool thing, this guy, Principal Morita, is the grandson of that character he's played before in the Marvel movies. That's really cool. No idea who that is. I don't like the actress. I don't know who she could be. I've got no idea. Maybe Glover's character's aunt. I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything racial, but could happen. Could be true. Tyne Daly. This is interesting. I think she's Madam Web. Madam Web is a big mentor to Spider-Man, and is basically, in a way, a lesser version of Charles Xavier. So that would be really cool. Phineas Mason, Tinkerer. Mason in the comics is kind of short, skinny, probably less than 130 pounds, and is in his 60s, maybe even 70s. And this guy is 39 and 250 pounds probably. So that really upsets me. He's a decent actor. He's good. He's okay. Tinkerer's gonna make Shocker's gauntlets and Vulture's costume, which we can see, suit, which we can clearly see is not what it was in the comics, where it was like almost like a cloth-like material, or like actually organic wings that he had. This is clearly a robotic-like suit. That is, God, just look at this. It is awesome. That is really, really cool. So he's going to make this. Phineas Mason Tinkerer is a lesser version of Tony Stark and a lesser version of Norman Osborn. He's been known for making these things called spider sliders, or like robots that go after and he tries to kill Peter. So yeah. Michael Mondo, known for playing Boss Montegro on Far Cry 3 and in Better Call Saul, whoever that he plays. I think he's good as Cassidy. aka Carnage, my favorite Marvel villain, and one of my favorite comic book villains of all time. I think the movies that open up with Peter chasing Cletus in like some redneck-looking Mustang down New York City, and he's gonna catch up to him. He's not gonna be Carnage yet. He's gonna have nothing to do with the Venom symbiote or anything. He's gonna catch him. He's gonna stop him. Cletus is gonna say some of his normal insane things that he does. I don't think we're gonna see like a flashback to his backstory. That's too dark for a Disney movie. Serial killing, cannibalistic psycho. So I don't think they're gonna delve into that, sadly, because it's a Disney movie meant for kids. He killed his parents when he was a kid too, so, or his grandmother, and burned down his orphanage. Killed a girl when she laughed at him after he asked her out, so they're never doing any of that, sadly. But I think he's gonna be that. I think he'll be him. Cletus will then be taken in by the Raft, or he'll then be taken to the Raft or Ravencroft, and this would be cool. To another way to connect the movies to the shows, have him be in the prison that Kingpin is in, Wilson Fisk, Daredevil season 1 and season 2, and then say, "Mr. Cassidy, I like your work. Let's talk." I would just love that. Completely love that. Liz Allen, she's another love interest for Peter. She was actually said, it was actually confirmed at Comic-Con by Feige and John Watts, the director of the movie, that Peter would have no love interest in the movie, but he'll be in love, but he'll have a crush on Liz, but nothing will really materialize between her to him. So yeah, that's what I think. This guy is on Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know who he could be. Ned Leeds, he's like Peter's best for in the newer comics. He's like Peter's best friend. Kind of a geek. Abraham Atta, he's known for Beast of No Nations with Idris Elba, Netflix original movie. Good movie. Breakout star. It'll be cool to see who he's playing. He's up and coming star. I just hope he's not Miles Morales. Hate Miles Morales. This one is interesting. Cindy, played by Tiffany Espenson. I think she could be Cindy Moon, aka Silk, who is right here. I think that's who she is. That would be very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay. I don't know who he is. Don't know who he's playing. Hopefully not Miles Morales. Ooh. This guy, I don't know. This guy, I think Jason, they're just using that name to just throw us off. I think he is Harry Osborn. That'd be very cool if he's Harry Osborn. I would just love that. Maybe see Norman a time here or there in the movie. That would just be so cool. Okay, no idea. Don't know. Sally. I think Isabel Amara is really Sally Averill. Bluebird. Neither of these two are big heroes, but they could be could team up with Peter some down the line. I don't know, but yeah. I don't want to pronounce your last name without pronouncing wrong. But another one that could possibly actually be Silk. I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, no. I don't know who he could be. I was thinking that Caldwell was Ezekiel's last name, but it's not. Whatever. Don't know. Don't care. Okay. fascinating, weird. So yeah, those are what I think. And now let's look at this. This is a leaked cast sheet from the movie. We got those top 4 we know. Okay. C, probably Zendaya. Michelle, not Mary Jane, so there's still hope. Yeah, I see how Jorge and Abraham have their same names, so obviously they're not saying who they are yet. Michael Barbary is definitely not a kid named Jason, he's gonna be Harry Osborn. So that's what I think. So yeah. This is my second video of the day. Let me know what you think. Comment what you want to see next. I might do a video on kind of like a Suicide Squad reaction, a little bit maybe, to my thoughts and opinions on each character and what I want to see in the Batman movie, which will definitely be a prequel to where the current movies are. As always, thanks for watching. Comment what you think, comment what you want to see. Bye.